the the uh the Travis Scott feature?
Um, I mean, like in the beginning when I was getting traction, I did a song with Travis Scott like early like Beats in the Trap and stuff, and it just gradually building. And I feel like my last album did well and everything, but I never had this much momentum going into an album before with like all these features that I've done this
Right.
year. So like that's why I'm really excited about this album and everything. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot
Yeah,
of momentum.
I feel like Bad Habits was like the album your fans have been waiting for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, in a way, of course.
And then with this project, I feel like crazy features. You're dropping a video with Young Thug, right?
Yeah, we just dropped it. No debate with Young Thug.
And then obviously Pop Smoke being on the project, something special. He was a close friend of mine. I'm the first person to ever interview Pop. So
That's crazy.
how talk about like his energy in the studio, man? Because I've been in the studio with him before. Like, what was the energy of that session? Like rocking with Pop Smoke. Obviously, rest in peace, man. Gone before his time.
I mean, he was mad humble. Like he's just really down to work. Like I remember even when we did the song that's on my album, I felt like his verse should have been a little bit longer, and he's like, "You sure?" And I said, "Yeah." And he just walked in and just cut the 4 extra bars, and like that was really cool of him just to be like so like down to work and make the song happen. Yeah, he's a real humble dude, and we had cracked a couple jokes, and then that was it. We made 2 songs, and next thing you know, I was supposed to even have a session with him that day when we got the news. That's the crazy part.
That's wild.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Somebody
crazy.
else who passed untimely, who I know you had a relationship with that wasn't so public, but I remember always seeing you when Nipsey would have grand openings at his stores and shit. You would always be there.
Yeah.
Your relationship with Nipsey, how did that originate? And like talk about like your guys' relationship, man.
I mean, to be honest, my boy Bucks was gonna go to the store that day, and I told him like I'm coming with you. You know what I mean? He was like, nah, like shit's wild over there. Nah, I'm coming. I don't care. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I went with him, but the surprising thing was when I got there, Nipsey knew who I was, especially at that time of my career, and
Yeah,
it was
this was
based off.
early.
Yeah, and it was based off of the song I did with Belly. Shout out to Belly, Re-Up. He said like he really liked that
Yeah.
verse. I feel like that's one of my best verses for sure. Like I was definitely trying to flex my pen because I knew like I'm gonna play it for Belly. So he's like a pen guy. So it's like he was like marking my homework. You know what I mean? So yeah, when he said that, I was surprised. And then we went to the store. I bought like one of everything for all my homies back home and stuff. And then he asked me to come smoke a blunt with him. And then I remember he asked me to go on a ATV with him, and he was like, "Oh, I just learned this shit like last week," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be right there." And I just went back in the store. I was like, "Nah, man, I'm not about to take chances right now." But
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy, man. He always showed love, and then I used to see him always popping up at like Belly's crib too. Like he had a good relationship with Belly, so
Yeah,
that's where it
Belly's
stemmed from.
hey, Belly's low key one of the illest of the last 10 years. Like I don't think a lot of people know that like they can't touch him on the mic, bro. Like
Nah, facts. He's definitely like a teacher for me.
hey, with this quarantine shit going on, I know you're a big gamer, man. Have you been like what games have you been tapping in with? I've been on that Call of Duty shit pretty tough.
Call of Duty pretty much nonstop. You know what I mean? Like 2K was cool for a bit, but it kind of got boring. So I'm like just on the Call of Duty until this gets boring, then go back to 2K. The Fortnite kind of fell off for me.
I'm
I'm
about
not
to say,
gonna lie.
Is Fortnite a rap or did Travis bring that shit back?
Well, the concert was amazing and everything. Those events are insane, but it's like the game. I feel like to me got repetitive. And then when I stopped playing it, like I feel so washed on it now. And like Call of Duty, you don't gotta build and all that shit. So it's just better.
Yeah, it's new. You not there's nobody who's too good at it yet. You feel me?
I mean, there is some people that are crazy at it, but you know, I'm glad I started early.
Hey, on the song Brown Boy, it feels like you're rapping from the perspective of one of your haters.
Yeah.
I feel like you get a lot of hate for whatever reason, but I feel like your music is it like the hate doesn't match the level of and quality of music, but like I remember early on, like first time we interviewed you at the station, like I remember you didn't want videos done and you weren't doing a lot of media during that time,
Yeah.
right? Was
Yeah.
that because like did you ever have like was that on purpose or was that a confidence thing? Like
I
what?
mean, at the time, it wasn't really something like me and the team talked about. It was just like they would just say, not yet. You know what I mean? And I understand now because when I first came in the game, like, and all this shit got to my head. Like, if I had done an interview, I don't think I would have came off the right way. Like now, I feel like kind of I was myself, and then I became like an artist, head blown up, and then I went back to myself again now, like more with more knowledge and more calm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm ready now, and then I'm gonna say the right things. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yo, and then on the first song on the album, you talk about giving your boys your publishing. Did that really happen?
Yeah, like when it comes to like splits, like especially with like my homies and stuff, like people that like I believe in this stuff. Like if I did like majority of the beat and like they just did a little piece on it, I'll still split up like everything equal or maybe even give them more just
Wow.
because I don't know, like I don't really care about money. I just want everybody to be like comfortable around me. You know what I'm saying?
I know that there's a lot of up and coming songwriters, producers that are probably watching this. Like when it comes to the publishing thing, usually, you could take that quick advance off the rip and do a co-pub deal. You could do an admin deal. What is advice you would give to a producer or songwriter who's just starting out, like how to navigate the pub game? Because it's definitely something that's totally crazy and like it could go a bunch of different ways.
I'd say like never give up too much, like too early, and just build your leverage. You know what I mean? Like you want to go into a label meeting with leverage where they really want you and they're gonna give you like what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go in and you feel like you going into like some kind of like job interview where you're trying to get a job or something, like get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Just build your leverage. Like now it's even easier to be like pretty much like independent in the beginning and stuff than ever. Now we got the internet. You just post stuff. Like you don't really gotta. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Hey, what